What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shane Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. DJ Academics is a very talented blogger, and not only is he talented in that, he also runs an Instagram page. And for over the last, it appears, year, he's been, frequently working with the Fresh and Fit podcast. He did his Tekashi 69 Whack 100 interview in their studio, and from time to time, he'll stop by if he's in Miami, and he'll work with them. So it's been a really, really good relationship for all parties involved. However, there was a situation, either it was yesterday or the day before, that dealt with this Instagram model by the name of Whitney Ledawn. Now, I don't really know who this young lady is. I've just only saw her in this clip, but it appears that there was some back and forth that went on with her and Academics throughout the show. And he was talking some shit about her, and she was talking something about him, and he was talking about the fact that she said that she was Christian, but she had she's a child out of wedlock. And at some point he was saying that he could, get the girl beat up inside the studio. Now, at that time, the girl had either turned to Myron and said to Myron that she didn't appreciate how he told some other lady to shut up. And then as she was getting, kicked out of the podcast, she stood up. She seemed like she was very upset. She definitely seemed like she was real pissed off, like she wasn't having shit. Out of the camera view, it appears that she had pulled something out. According to DJ Academics, she had reached for a gun. And Myron, who used to be in Homeland Security, also, to defend himself, reached for his gun. Okay? So this isn't the first time that this happened, with Ryan having to reach for a gun. Obviously, the door was kicked in by another brother. I won't go into detail about that, but that was the second time. And I kind of want to talk to black men about, what happens when you put yourself in situations that you don't need to be in. Now, I understand the content that Academics has. It is controversial. It's how he rose to fame. The Fresh and Fit podcast, their content is based off of people. So, something sort of needs to happen. There is some intellectual discussions that go on between the girls and the guys, but people look for those people who are going to get kicked out. And the reality is, and I'm going to say this, and I'm not trying to offend the young lady at all, but DJ Academics just shouldn't even be in the same room as with a young lady like that. They're two different people, two different walks of life. I'm not saying anything bad about her. Right? She's a good-looking young lady and stuff like that. But for a guy who's a millionaire, okay, you don't even need to be at that level where you're insulting somebody like that in person. You're just too rich at that point. And anything can happen that don't need to happen, which is, let's say, for example, her cousins see that, her brother sees that. They, and then all of a sudden you don't know who they are. Now you got a problem in Miami. And see, these are the battles that we need to pick, right? And this is what we need to talk about. When, as men, that as we are acquiring money and as we're acquiring wealth and we're acquiring things, what if the young lady would have shot him right there on the live stream? It's possible she could have did that, right? And the reason how she could have done it is because she was mad. And then I do know that Fresh and Fit, I know Myron does not drink, but sometimes he has alcohol to allow the girls if they do want to drink. So now you're talking about some girls who are drunk, and I think that's done on purpose, just in case, to liven up the moods, to liven up the podcast and things like that. But if something bad happens, then it's all bad. And I have another video about them coming out pretty soon. So I want you guys to understand that this young lady in Academics really don't even need to be in the same vicinity. If she's a single mom, has a kid out of wedlock, And I know you want to make it authentic, but you, especially dealing with some of these women from the urban environment, you know that they're gonna have problems. Like they had problems with some other chick before that they kicked out. It was 2 black women, right? Some of these ladies are gonna have a problem with, taking criticism, and the guys can be also very rude. I'll just say that. But the reality is like, why even talk to them? Okay, because and this is why I want to say it. When we talk about single moms in the manosphere, and ladies like that, no matter how good they look, these are ladies that a lot of guys feel, based on their lifestyle and the choices they made, you're not going to be able to partner with them in the first place. So why are they there? They don't need to be there. Why are they there? And a lot of times as black men, we need to know, listen, this is what I want. This is what I'm pushing. This is what I'm talking about. So you can't be here. This is Miami. There are plenty of girls that we can get. Sorry. This is what your situation is. Can't be there. All right? You just can't. And, these problems that are happening with these girls and happening with these women on this show, it only takes one time for something really, really bad to go down. And the thing about the stuff that they have on podcasts, why it's so popping? It's live. So we're not talking about like Joe Budden's podcast or The Roommates, which it can be pre-recorded. Now, if it's pre-recorded and something like this happens, it's easy to kind of get it out the way. But now when it's live and somebody can screen record that, you can delete the video if you want, but you can't say it didn't happen. Somebody gets shot live on TV. You can't say that, or on live, it didn't happen. Well, yeah, it happened because we were there watching it. And that's another thing. I think these guys are running a big risk for something really happening bad on the show because of the element of, oh shit, I don't know what's going to happen. And that's what people like about Fresh and Fit. You just don't know what's going to happen, when it happens, and how it's going to pop off. You get, you got Myron in there. You got, Fresh CEO. He doesn't seem to be like really the guy that kicks people out all the time. It seems to be more like Myron. You get somebody opinionated like Academics. You get some chicks in there with some alcohol. Like, what do you expect is going to happen? It just takes once. And if something happens where somebody starts fighting or breaking shit and all of that, and then it's the bad thing that happens just once, then the channel is like completely done. So I would say for guys that's watching this in the manosphere community, black or white, pick who you hang around. People who don't need to be there shouldn't be there. I don't care how good they look. I don't care how fat their booty is. If they're not supposed to be there, don't have them there. That's just the reality. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high.